Okay, so if we speak about series, this is one of the most common exercises that they can ask you. We consider the integers from 1 to 100, but we only have 98 of these integers. Okay, the question is, can you find out a way in which you can identify what are the missing integers without checking every single integer? Because obviously, if I order all my integers, at a certain point, I will find a gap, and that is a missing integer. But you don't want to do that. You want to find a way to find out what are the missing integers using results that you know from mathematics. Okay, this is exactly the type of problem that you can try to solve with series summation. How can you do that? If we call A and B the two missing integers, now what do we know? I know that I have A and B, and then the 98 integers for which I can, for example, consider the sum and whatever. Now, these integers are from 1 to 100, so they need to satisfy the summation results we have just considered. So if I consider, for example, the sum of the integers from 1 to 100, I know that the total sum is equal to 100 times 101 divided by 2, which is the Gauss formula for the sum of integers. So if I take 100 times 101 minus 2, and I subtract the sum of all the other integers that I know, x1, x98, then I already have one equation. But this is one equation with two unknown quantities, A and B. So it is not sufficient to uniquely identify A and B. But I can add a second equation, and I can use the second summation result that we saw. So I can consider A squared plus B squared. And in this case, the sum of the squares of A and B needs to be equal to the sum of all the squares from 1 to 100, that is equal to 100 times 101 times 2 times capital N plus 1, so 201, divided by 6, minus the sum of all the squares. Now, this problem can be solved in different ways. We can think also of solving that numerically. And in this way, we have a very simple algorithm to find out what are the two integers, what are A and B. So this is an exercise in which you are not actually asked to come out with a number, because you don't have enough information to say that the two integers are 3 or 47. So you don't have the information to say that, but you have to propose a solution, a general solution for this type of problem.